This is part 2 of my PSP tutorial. In the first video I showed you how to make the magic memory stick with PSP grader. Now I'm going to show you how to use your new magic memory stick with the Pandora battery to get custom firmware on your PSP. So, take the magic memory stick that we just formatted and open up your PSP memory card slot. It's hard to do it one-handed, but you're just going to be watching the video, so you don't have a tough time. And just wait till it clicks. Close that up. Now we have the Pandora tool battery, which needs to go in. Now, if you selected none, like I showed, you don't need to worry about the trigger buttons or anything. But if you selected left trigger or triangle, you'll need to hold either left trigger or triangle before you put the battery in. So we put our magic memory stick in. Now you grab the battery, turn the PSP over, put the bottom part in, and press this, and just hold it, and just make sure. Now you're going to see this green light go on. Just make sure that that battery stays in there. And now we have success. The memory, or the menu has come up, and this is what we want, the 4.00 M33. You can also put on an official firmware, that's the second option, but if you want custom firmware, you want this M33 one. It might show a different version at some point if I update the link, but for right now that's what it is. So, all we do is press X. Now this is going to take a couple of moments, but it's a fairly painless process, and your memory stick just has to work away for a bit while it does its magic. This works for both the PSP Fats, like mine, and the PSP Slims, which are the 2000 series. That you might see. You might have a 1001, 1002, 2001, 2002, or any number after that, 1000 or 2000. Those will all work. The only exception would be is if you didn't see, if the light went on but this stayed blank, you might have made the memory stick incorrectly. Or there's always the possibility that if you have a PSP 2000 something, and you purchased your PSP new, the PSP Slim, and it came with the official firmware 4.01 on it already, that means that Sony put a new motherboard in your PSP, and that will not work with this Pandora battery at this time because they changed stuff. But for PSP, all PSP Fats and almost all PSP Slims will work. So now install is complete. Now we are going to shut down with the circle key. Alright. Now that is successfully shut down. Alright, now so you take this out. You really don't need to use this again. It's lighter than a normal battery because it's really not, it's a special one. It's really not supposed to be used like for playing games and the like. What you want is your nice PSP battery that you normally use. So we put that in. Make sure you get it in correctly. Turn this on. And you should be greeted with a very nice Sony sound. And now you have custom firmware on your PSP. Confirm that. Get on to system settings, and let's see, system information. I need to be careful with this, so hold on a second. The feature has already been enabled. Went to the wrong one. Alright, system information. We have system software 4.00 M332 custom firmware. Now I'm going to get out of this menu. And what you'll want to do is go up, do the network update, and just update it. You have to find your wireless network and update it to the very latest and greatest. At this point it's 5.00 M334, I believe. But there might be a later version whenever you watch this video. So just let it connect to your wireless network. You might need a password. If you don't have one, chances are a friend of yours does, or the local library or something. Maybe even if you have a nice neighbor that lets you. You can connect and download the latest custom firmware. It's not necessary, but it is always good to have the latest thing. One thing that I recommend that you do is press select and change this UMD ISO mode to this Sony thing, NP9660. That just makes it so there will be less problems in the future if you try to run any custom software. And your PSP is now yours to do whatever you would like to do. You should keep in mind that before you download anything, you want to check your local laws and make sure that whatever you're doing is legal in your territory. I don't condone anything, so you really have to just check and be sure that what you're doing is legal. But custom firmware opens the door to lots of things. If you want to check out PSP Tube, it's a great application. You can find it just by Googling, and it lets you watch YouTube on your PSP, which for some reason Sony hasn't come out with something that lets you do that. Don't know why, but for some reason they haven't. There's lots of cool stuff that you can find out. You just want to Google around and see what you can do with your brand new custom firmware. I hope you enjoyed the tutorials. Make sure that everything is working well, and if it's not, you can contact me for help with any problems. Alright, thanks a lot for watching.